Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, I've done a number of accelerators in my career now, Startup Bootcamp, Mentor the Tech Stars, and I think that, and even running ChalkRow, I think one of the biggest things that actually motivates me as a person is this notion of taking something that doesn't exist and finding a home for it. So the idea of curiosity is what drives me. I feel that there are various ways and various problems in the world today that need solutions, and I think entrepreneurship is what drives those solutions. So driving innovation for me is really about solving pain points, and that has been something that I stand for as an individual, is making a change on a very, very theoretical, not so much theoretical, practical, but also social and political and economic level. And I think that is really what entrepreneurship stands for me. I feel that the ability to be tenacious is one of them. The second thing is also, a lot of entrepreneurs somewhat need, obviously, commercialization skills. They can develop that on their own, or they can develop that through mentors. I think the other thing for a lot of entrepreneurs is the notion of knowing, just having a vision and having a mission of what they want to do. I think that really is the first thing to be successful as an entrepreneur. What exactly is the pain point that you're looking to solve, and what drives you as an individual? So I think that and also, what I mentioned earlier, commercialization, being tenacious, because people will tell you no, 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 no so many times, and it is, having what I call the somewhat the drive to be able to push through when things are going tough is necessary. Any mistakes that entrepreneurship do? I feel like, with the mistakes, testing. So I'm going to go into advice. So testing is really important, which means that's a mistake that entrepreneurs should do all the time. Test, iterate, because that's going to help the business. In terms of mistakes particularly, I think that sometimes people perhaps classify, or in many ways, a lot of entrepreneurs don't really know what they want to build. For example, sometimes it could be a Me Too product, and for me, I feel like a lot of companies should really think about doing the research. Find out what exists. Who are the competitors? Looking at as well. Again, it goes back to the problem you're solving. What problem are you solving, and who potentially could buy the problem that you're solving. So yeah, I think in many ways it's really just, I feel like there's just not enough research being done in the marketplace to know exactly what you're doing. There's a lot of entrepreneurs today, and I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs really should kind of think through those solutions, make sure it's something that is necessarily needed in the marketplace, and then just go for it. I think the biggest thing that entrepreneurs should really do is just do it. There's a lot of people who slowly take their time, and they're stuck in jobs, they're stuck doing the things that they might not like in some way. They've been told by many people that, oh wow, that's just sexy today. But if people are convicted, they should just do it. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I would say is an advice for entrepreneurs to do. Good question. So, the whole thing about regions, and do they have the sort of, for lack of a better word, chupa to be an entrepreneurship hub takes various forms. There's certain things already that exist here that I already saw today. So, I mean, here in Tyrol and really within this region, you have quite a lot of people who are highly educated. You have university, people that are affiliated with like some really strong universities, like technical universities. I think that those are some of the things that actually help to build a region. Is the technical universities. It is the talent around the technical universities. A little bit of technology transfer units as well. But I think the other thing as well is the resources. And the resources is capital. So you can't start a region without having capital. And I think that is one of the, some of the other, I would say, resource that you need as well to build a region. You also need people who've done it before. So people who might have exited in some way, people who have the experience. Experience could be M&A, it could be selling the business, to someone, or even raising capital. That is something else as well that is necessary for a region to actually be built. And then also people who give back. Giving back, if it doesn't exist here, it could be brought in as well. This notion of having people who've done it before and then being able to give back, whether that be giving back as an angel investor or giving back as knowledge. The last thing that I'm going to actually point out that I feel like, every region needs is government support. And that's already strong here. So government support in terms of initiatives that should support the entrepreneurs or the region to be built. Everything from grants to know-how to, if you're hiring people from abroad as well, visa structures if that's necessary. So those are the other thing as well that I feel like is needed to build an entrepreneurship hub. I think that for successful start, like a lot of entrepreneurs need to really think a little bit about. Again, it goes back to just do it and really think through what already exists in the marketplace. Advice I give people is to not give up. Even if you're building your product and you see that there are other products that exist in the market, then again, go back to the vision. What was the vision around what you were building? What is the pain point? Build with impact in mind and build with a pain point in mind, because that drives why you are an entrepreneur. And that makes the difference between an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. And I feel like, so going back there, people should really be convicted, believe in what you think works. At times, a lot of entrepreneurs go to meetings and they're shut down by the investors, they're shut down by partners, people are asking them why you're doing this. And if you are convicted, then stick with it. Because over time, it ends up, you end up generating a lot of interest, and that is really what builds traction as well. The ability to be resilient. So again, for the entrepreneur, just do it. Build a business. Go with your first instinctions. And then the other thing I was going to say is, as an entrepreneur, you get a lot of advice from different people. You get advice from mentors, you get advice from your mother, you get advice from, your professor. Learn to extract. Learn to take what you think is useful and apply them to what your convictions were, whilst also being aware of, well, there might be something that you didn't know that you just need to be aware of. Learn to balance. So again, the point here is balance the advice that you're getting against the convictions around the business that you're building. And I think onto that point as well, this ability to take feedback is so important as you build a business. Learn to be able to collect feedback and to integrate that, because as you build, regional building businesses, European groundbreaking businesses, and even global businesses here, you need to be able to work with people to help partner, in partnering, in commercializing your business, and in really growing and establishing, empires.